50,000 international students missing in Canada. Shocking new report revealed. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Today, we're diving into a shocking revelation about Canada's international student system. Nearly 50,000 international students issued valid study permits have been reported as no-shows, raising serious concerns about the integrity of one of Canada's most vital education and immigration programs. This issue isn't just about numbers, it impacts the global reputation of Canadian institutions, the students themselves, and even the economy. But here's the crucial part: how is the Canadian government tackling this growing crisis? Stick with us until the end as we uncover the specific measures being taken to address these challenges and explore innovative solutions that could reshape the future of international education in Canada. If you want to stay informed about important updates like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Canada's international education landscape under pressure. Canada has long been a preferred destination for international students. With its world-class institutions, multicultural environment, and clear pathways to permanent residency, Canada has consistently attracted hundreds of thousands of students each year. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada reported that the country hosted over 800,000 international students in 2024, contributing billions to the economy. International students enrich classrooms with diverse perspectives, build global connections, and support local economies through tuition fees, living expenses, and other expenditures. However, beneath the success lies a troubling revelation. Recent government compliance reports have identified a staggering issue. Nearly 50,000 international students are reported as no-shows. These students were issued valid study permits yet failed to enroll or attend their designated institutions. This situation has raised concerns about the effective management of Canada's international education system and its implications for both students and institutions. This figure, representing 6.2% of all international students tracked by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, highlights vulnerabilities in the system and raises questions about the country's ability to manage its rapidly growing international student population effectively. Beyond financial impacts, this issue also affects the integrity of immigration pathways and the reputational standing of Canadian educational institutions. Let's explore the depth of this issue to understand its scale, the countries most affected, the reasons behind the trend, and the solutions being implemented. The scale of the problem. Reports from colleges and universities in spring 2024 revealed that tens of thousands of international students did not meet the requirements of their study permits. This has placed the international student compliance regime, introduced in 2014, under scrutiny. The system was designed to ensure that study permit holders remain actively enrolled in approved programs. An additional 20,000 students, or 2.5% of the total, were unaccounted for entirely, as their enrollment status was not reported by institutions. These gaps raise serious questions about accountability within both educational institutions and Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada's monitoring mechanisms. How do such lapses occur in a system designed for rigorous compliance checks? Addressing this is critical to maintaining the credibility of Canada's international education sector. Further complicating the picture, Statistics Canada reported an estimated 800,000 active study permit holders, compared to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada's figure of 644,000 compliant students. This discrepancy underscores the need for improved tracking and communication between government agencies and institutions. Countries with the highest non-compliance rates. The high non-compliance rates also reveal disparities in how international students from different regions prepare for their studies in Canada. For many, challenges begin before they even arrive, as access to reliable information about study permit requirements is limited in certain areas. Institutions in high non-compliance regions could benefit from stronger partnerships with Canadian educational organizations to provide pre-arrival orientations, ensuring students are fully informed about their obligations and opportunities upon arriving in Canada. International students in Canada hail from diverse countries, but the rates of non-compliance vary significantly. Here are the top countries of origin for non-compliant students. India, the largest source of international students, has the highest number of non-compliant students, nearly 18,600. However, smaller countries like Rwanda and Ghana exhibit alarmingly high non-compliance rates of 48.1% and 30.2%, respectively. These figures suggest systemic issues and potential misuse of study permits in specific regions. While larger economies dominate in absolute numbers, students from smaller countries often face unique challenges, including limited access to financial resources, misunderstandings about study permit obligations, and exploitation through fraudulent application practices. Reasons behind noncompliance. Another key factor contributing to noncompliance is the lack of adequate student support systems once international students arrive in Canada. Many students face culture shock, language barriers, and difficulty navigating unfamiliar academic expectations. Without access to mentorship programs or dedicated support from their institutions, these challenges can quickly become overwhelming, leading some students to disengage from their studies entirely. Strengthening on-campus resources and community support initiatives could significantly improve retention and compliance rates. Several factors contribute to the troubling trend of noncompliance. 1. Illegal U.S. border crossings. Some students use Canadian study permits as a gateway to illegally cross into the United States. Authorities report that a number of students enter Canada with no intention of studying but instead aim to migrate elsewhere. 2. Work and residency aspirations. Many students prioritize working or securing permanent residency over their education. Canada's immigration policies, which often link study permits to pathways for work permits and permanent residency, may unintentionally incentivize this behavior. 3. Exploitation by fraudulent agents. Unregulated agents and consultants exploit Canada's study permit system by providing fraudulent documentation and false promises. This practice is especially prevalent in regions where reliable immigration advice is scarce. 4. Financial challenges. The high cost of international education in Canada, coupled with rising living expenses in major cities, forces some students to abandon their studies for full-time work. This is particularly true for students from lower-income countries. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. Now, let's explore how the Canadian government is addressing these challenges. Government's response to the crisis. Immigration Minister Mark Miller has announced measures to address these challenges. Penalties for institutions. Colleges and universities failing to report student compliance face suspension from hosting international students for up to a year. This ensures institutions maintain accurate records and report non-compliance promptly. Enhanced monitoring. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada has increased monitoring efforts using advanced data analytics to identify non-compliant students and institutions engaging in questionable practices. Streamlined reporting. Institutions must now submit enrollment data more frequently, ensuring that non-compliance is detected and addressed in a timely manner. Spokesperson Renee LeBlanc-Proctor stated that these measures aim to combat the exploitation of student visas, particularly by organized smuggling networks and fraudulent agents. Proposed solutions. 1. Mandatory upfront fee payments. Requiring students to pay tuition fees in advance would deter misuse and provide institutions with financial security to improve student services. 2. Regulating foreign agents. Restricting the involvement of unregulated agents and promoting Canadian regulated consultants would reduce fraud and improve the integrity of the system. 3. Improved agency collaboration. Enhanced data sharing between Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, educational institutions, and provincial governments would ensure better oversight and quicker identification of non-compliance. 4. Outreach programs. Targeted initiatives to educate students from high non-compliance regions could improve understanding of study permit requirements and discourage fraudulent practices. The broader impact on Canada's economy and reputation. International students contributed over $20 billion to Canada's economy in 2024. They support key industries such as healthcare, technology, and engineering by addressing labor shortages and enriching the talent pool with skilled graduates. However, rising non-compliance rates could tarnish Canada's reputation as a global education hub and deter future students. Comparisons with global trends. Other countries, like Australia and the United Kingdom, have implemented stricter measures to address similar issues, including real-time attendance tracking and proof of financial capacity. Canada could adopt similar practices to enhance accountability and prevent abuse. What lies ahead for international education in Canada? As Canada refines its policies, collaboration among policymakers, educational institutions, and regulators will be critical. Innovative approaches, such as advanced data analytics and enhanced student support services, are necessary to maintain Canada's appeal as a top destination for international education while safeguarding its immigration system's integrity. As we've seen, the issue of 50,000 international students reported as no-shows highlights significant challenges within Canada's immigration and education systems. From financial pressures to exploitation by fraudulent agents, addressing these issues is essential to protect Canada's global reputation and support genuine students. The government's new measures, such as stricter monitoring and penalties for institutions, are a step in the right direction, but collaboration across all sectors will be key to finding lasting solutions. What do you think about these developments? Do you believe Canada is on the right track, or are there more changes needed? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. If you found this video informative, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might find it useful, and of course, subscribe to Canada Chronicles for more insights into Canada's policies and current events. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when our next video drops. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.